What's your first?
The house I was mentioning? I'm gonna sign you up for a tour. It's the only way you can see it. But this is also by Sarn and sort of resembles a house.
What do you know about it?
This was one of the first modernist banks in America. You can imagine at the time that walking into an all-glass bank was quite unusual. Radical, really. Because during that time, banks were designed to be imposing, fortress-like, with tellers behind bars. The idea here was that you walk in at street level. You don't have to climb any stairs. It's inviting. Sorry, what?
What are you doing?
What?
Who are you?
God, shut up. I'm just trying to tell you about this building.
Okay, stop with the tour guide mode for a second.
I'm not in a mode.
You said this is one of your favorite buildings.
It is.
Why?
It's one of the first modernist banks in the United States.
No, that can't be it. Do you like this building intellectually because of all the facts?
No. I'm also moved by it.
Yes. Yes, tell me about that. What moves you?
I thought you hated architecture.
I do. But I'm interested in what moves you, particularly about a building.
How do you answer this particular question? Perhaps living in this society, in this day and age, what with all of our contemporary anxieties, maybe, just maybe, the question should be, is an answer needed at all? Columbus, as a narrative, attempts to engage with these questions in a fascinating manner. One of the most immediate things about Columbus is how it weaves its narrative to include not just the characters, the subjects that you see in front of you, Jin and Casey, but also the evocative backgrounds that you see them explore. Director Kogonada is not just interested in investing all that he has on these two characters, trying to navigate the path of grief, the path of parental conflict, the path of understanding. Kogonada, in fact, does it in a different manner. Kogonada, in fact, invests the narrative with complexity which is much too rare nowadays in cinema. He makes subjects out of objects. It is by bringing the background into the foreground that you get a sense of how the surroundings, the spaces which engulf us, give our life the meaning it has, the meaning it could possibly have, as we continue to interact with them. While it is completely true that a lot of people, given their nature of work, might be oblivious of the spaces they inhabit, purely because of the nature of work, which happens to be highly individual, depersonalized, Columbus attempts to provide an alternative side, let's say, and outlet for understanding both communal and personal grief. What better way to understand Columbus's narrative than to focus on the deployment of extras? Director Kogonada's framing is immaculately personal in the sense that it does not take extras to be a conventional plot device. In any mainstream movie, we are used to seeing extras as forgettable faces, as fillers which are convenient to the purposes of the narrative, which might concern a few characters. However, Kogonada is careful not to leave the world around June Casey uninterrupted. June Casey, during several scenes, come across different characters. These characters are what you call in the movie lingo extras. The deliberate framing might prioritize, initially at least, these central characters. In a particular scene, for instance, we see Casey in conversation with a housekeeper at the inn, whom she seems to have a personal connection with. However, Kogonada keeps this particular housekeeper off the frame and waits till Casey leaves the frame. What you usually expect to be a point where there would be a cut to the next scene, Kogonada then reframes the focus back to the housekeeper who was not visible to the viewer until now. The camera lingers on for a while, giving you a sense of, let's say, an unrecorded history of all of these people that you're looking at who could have very personal stories of their own. Kogonada, for me, I believe, through this particular movie, Columbus, is attempting to make a larger statement on the very nature of cinematic representation itself. Framing has a purpose here. Framing tends to prioritize the characters that we see throughout the movie, as well as the characters which populate the narrative. In capturing the ordinariness of the modern lives we lead today, Kogonada makes Columbus more than just a movie. It is a statement about life. It has no definite answers, and maybe that is the most crucial point.